Here to talk more is editor-in-chief of JustinLife.com and Pop Culture Commentator, Nekia Nichelle. Great to see you, Nekia.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You as well. So first of all, what did you make of the two movies? I'm sure you've seen them both.
So basically, let's start there. I think that they're very different in what they're bringing to the table. As you know, Wicked is based upon the Broadway play and transitioning into box office theaters now. And Gladiator is what we remember, very both nostalgic films, though. Let's be clear. But Gladiator, as you remember, started Russell Crowe back in the day and has now come out with the second version. So it's really interesting to see some of the fanfare surrounding it, with both of them having stellar marketing strategies when it comes to these films. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and Nekia, Hollywood is really trying to match the hype of last summer's crazed Barbenheimer. Do you think they did it? Of course, that was Barbie and Oppenheimer. Do you think they are able to do it?
I think they are doing it, honestly. If we want to be real, I know. Well, when you came out with what did you say, Glicked?
Glicked. You haven't heard that? Yes, Glicked. Just wait, I'll start singing too if they leave me on set long enough.
I have heard some variations of people trying to marry the two films together, but I do think that there is now a resurgence when it comes to, pairing two big notable films together, as you saw, like you mentioned, in the summer with Barbie and Oppenheimer. That was huge. The marketing behind it was huge. They've been doing all of the press rounds, even with Gladiator 2. Denzel has revealed some things about himself that we've never heard from Denzel before. So I think that each film is their marketing strategy behind it is what's really propelling them forward. I think the last time that we've seen this is the summer, and it's getting people to the box office and in these seats.
Yeah, and social media is doing it for them too. I remember with Barbie, I just couldn't get away from it. I don't know if there was a reason why I couldn't get away from it, but Wicked is in my feed as well. In fact, there's this one meme that I keep seeing, and it's like they've got these sing-along sessions, I guess, later on that you can go to, and they're like, if you go early on, you're going to be stuck next to somebody who had, they were a singer in high school, they still have a lot to give, and they didn't make it on Broadway, and they're singing along with the whole thing. Obviously, musical being brought to the big screen, it's something we've seen before with Mean Girls, Wonka, and even The Joker 2. Are musicals gaining more traction in Hollywood? Will we see even more of this?
I believe so. I think that they're translating differently. I know that we're speaking of film, but even on Apple TV, some of the musicals that they have on there are doing really well. Schmigadoon, that was one of my favorites on there. I think that we are now consuming media in a different, I don't want to say completely different way, but definitely telling the story and adding a musical component to it. I know people were on the fence when it came to Joker 2 and how that message or that film was delivered, right? A lot of people were a little taken aback that it was actually a musical. And I watched it this week. Honestly, I've been trying to catch up on films. There's a lot going on. But I've watched it this week and I actually enjoyed it. You'd go online and you would think that with that component, it being a musical, you hear people saying, oh, it wasn't good, or oh, it was trash. But honestly, I think that it gives a more depth to it. I feel that it's great to have some type of musical component which draws people in. People are loving dance and they're loving music. And I think that with some of these films, that way to tell a story provides a unique element. And now keep in mind with Wicked, and Wizard of Oz, which it's based off of, is, musical components.
Yeah, and it all comes back around, doesn't it? We're seeing lots of sequels like this one with Gladiator 2 as well. Pop culture commentator Nekia Nichelle, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Same to you.